What's up, Average Dad fans? Well, you've seen the B-roll. Here it is. The Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra in the best colour Samsung do, the online exclusive sky blue. As I say, look at that crispy B-roll at the start of the video. The device looks stunning. But what are the specs? What have I got here? How much did it cost? Let's go. First things first, let's talk design. The design on the S23 Ultra is obviously not much different to the S22 Ultra, and that's okay. I've seen quite a lot of videos online from respected reviewers who get given their device for free, which is why you'll not see many with this beautiful sky blue colour. Anyway, I shouldn't sound bitter. All they keep saying is, oh, same design as the S22 Ultra. Yes and no. The S23 Ultra has certainly got more squared off edges, making it feel boxier with a flatter display. It still curves slightly over the edges, but only slightly, like dramatically different to the S22 Ultra, which for me is a positive. While I like a slight waterfall display, I hate the over-accentuated OnePluses, Huawei's and all the other Android devices that do that. The S23 Ultra is an absolute refinement in the screen curvature and the squared off edges. So that straight away means it's not the same as the S22 Ultra. When I hear people say about devices only upgrading by a tiny iteration year on year, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing for you, the consumer, because it means you don't have to upgrade every year. So straight off the bat, if you've got the S22 Ultra, should you get the S23 Ultra? Absolutely not. Like, in no circumstances, unless you are a tech reviewer like myself as a hobby, or you're obsessed with gadgets and you've got a bank balance to support it, then go ahead, knock yourself out. You only live once. But for 99.9% of the human beings out there, only upgrade to the S23 Ultra if you've got the S20 or before. So use with those with the S21 Ultra, you really don't need to upgrade. And again, that's why it's a good thing that there's only tiny improvements year on year. To continue with the design aspect, it's aluminium armour, or armour aluminium round the sides. It's Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the front and back. The whole Gorilla Glass Victus ceramic shield thing is almost redundant, because if you drop your phone from hand height, so say 4 or 5 feet, onto concrete, there is no Gorilla Glass, titanium glass, vibranium glass that is going to prevent your phone from shattering. It just won't happen. Put a case on it. That's what she said. But yeah, put a case on it. That's the only way to protect it. So if you are worried about cracking the screen or scratching, screen protectors and cases are the only way. Now, I personally always rock my phones naked, because I like to appreciate how the phones look and feel in their natural habitat, but that's because I am me and I do what I feel is best for me. Internally, the S23 Ultra has Android 13 with a One UI 5.1 skin on top. Samsung's One UI is probably the best optimized Android skin on the market. It just works. Everything is just seamless. In fact, one second, my main passion when it comes to smartphones is importing Chinese foldable phones or any Chinese phones, because the Chinese market has such a wide array of super premium built phones, like the Mix Fold 2 I'm currently reviewing, testing, using at the moment, alongside my iPhone 14 Pro Max and now the Galaxy S23 Ultra. The whole point of that spiel was to say that the software on the Chinese imports take a little fine tuning. They need some care, love, attention, patience. Samsung is the Apple of the Android world. Plug your SIM card in, log into your Samsung or Google account, and you're good to go. A couple of taps of the buttons and that is you set up. You don't need to spend hours optimizing notifications, changing the battery power saving mode to make sure you get push notifications, removing bloatware. You just don't need to do that. The Samsung comes just like the Pixel 7, good to go out the box. And with that software improvement on Android 13 and the new Snapdragon 8 Generation 2 chip, with the chip that is made for Galaxy, so I think it's like Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy, it's the fastest Android phone in the market. In fact, it's almost as fast as the Bionic chip, for the A16 Bionic from Apple, and it's also the most efficient. I was shocked to see the battery test that a couple of channels had done, and I'm sorry your names escape me. If I find it, I'll link you in the description. But the battery test showed this at 10 hours. 10 hours screen on time. Heavy usage, web browsing, cameras, watching YouTube, all that stuff, gaming. That's super, super impressive. It's like an hour to an hour and a half more battery life in this device compared to the S23 Ultra. So again, a great upgrade. A good, small, but yet significant upgrade. Did that sentence make sense? Probably not. Now, other things about this device you should know. I bought this from Samsung.com, the only place that you can get the official colours. That's the red, sky blue, green, minty colour, I believe it is. Here's some pictures to show you. But with the pre-order deal, I got this S23 Ultra for £1,249, but wait, with 512 gigabytes of memory. So that was £150 saving, plus I got accidental damage cover for free for 3 months, something like that. Yeah, so again, £1,250 is a lot of money, but now that this is 512 gigs, bearing in mind the S22 Ultra was £1,200 for 128 gig last year, I'm getting 4 times the storage for only £50 more. So thank you, Samsung, I guess. The other thing with Samsungs is they are the Apple of the Android world when it comes to resale value. Providing I look after this, I will be able to sell this within a few months, which is typically my life cycle, and I will get over £1,000 for this, or around about £1,000. So they hold their value quite well. Now, if you're liking this video, obviously let me know by liking, and if you haven't already, subscribe, because I will be doing a detailed review on this device, a camera test, plus a camera comparison between this and the iPhone 14 Pro Max that I'm recording this video on, which is what intrigues me about the S23 Ultra. Can it be as reliable as the iPhone? Anybody that's owned an iPhone knows you can just pull out your pocket, snap something, record something, and the footage is going to look incredible for a smartphone. Android phones typically haven't done that. They're not as reliable, there's shutter lag, there's lots of different tweaks and quirks that come with an Android device. But with the new S23 Ultra, look at any reviews that have already been done. The video capabilities on this have now matched the photographic qualities of the Samsung devices. 4K recording on the front with that cinematic portrait style mode, which is what I use on this right now. So I'm looking forward to testing that. The 200 megapixel, I think it's actually that one, not that one, but the 200 megapixel camera I'm looking forward to testing that out. Now, yes, it'll just bin down 16 times to like 12.5 megapixels, or you can go for a 50 megapixel mode, which is the one I'll probably use quite a lot to compare with the iPhone 14 Max, with 14 Pro Max with its 48 megapixel RAW mode as well. But again, with the Samsung, you're still getting your 3 times and 10 times optical zoom. The Mac Daddy, the king of zoom, every year without fail is the Samsung, and with its new 8 Gen 2 processor, I'm looking forward to see what that computational photography looks like in small increments. Again, a small upgrade for zoom, ultra wide and main lens photos. So that's it for my first impression slash specs and unboxing. Wasn't much of an unboxing because I wouldn't do that to you. The only thing I would highlight is, look at this. Yes, you see a box. That is a remarkably large box for something this small. And if you go on the Samsung website and look at the Galaxy website, all they bang on about is how it's 22% more efficient and green and recycled this and recycled that. Why didn't you just send the phone box rather than the phone in a box within a box within a bag? A sealed box would have been enough, probably. Anyway, until next time.